Hey everybody, in this video we're going to demonstrate how to image a computer remotely so that if a computer arrives from the factory or from TechSoup, we can have it ready to be deployed to users without having to wait for anyone from Pioneering Network to show up on site. So this is actually a FONA computer, but for the purposes of this demo, we're going to pretend it's a brand new computer. So all we've done now is we've unboxed it. We've plugged it in so it has power, and you can see that blue cable there, that's an Ethernet cable. We've plugged it into Ethernet just to make sure that it has a live wired network connection. So once you've done all those things, and again, you have not turned the computer on yet, you'll take this drive here, which I have brought with me and which I'm going to leave here, and you're going to plug it into USB port on the computer. Now, every computer that you'll ever deal with in the modern world has some type of USB port, and often many types. So just plug it in wherever it fits. It's a USB-A port. It's the flat port. You know it probably pretty well. It was introduced to the world when the original Macintosh iMac came out, the one that was colored in the 98 or so. Anyway, so we're going to turn this computer on, but before I do that, this procedure is important. So right after I hit the power button, I'm going to rapidly hit the F12 key. And what that's going to do is tell the computer that we don't want to start from the internal drive, but rather from some other device, in this case, this external hard drive. So I'm going to hit the power button, and then right afterwards, I'm going to rapidly press F12. So there I go, I hit power. I'm rapidly hitting F12, and you can see preparing one-time boot. It goes real quick, but that accomplished what we wanted. Okay, so now we see the boot menu. This may look a little scary. Don't worry, we're not going to spend any time here. We're going to do one thing and one thing only. I'm going to take the arrow keys, down key, and we are going to go to where it says Samsung SSD 860 EVO. And you can see there's two options there. That's actually just a duplication. Just click the first one. So it will always say Samsung SSD 860 EVO 250, no matter what you're plugged into. So we're just going to, we've selected that now. We're going to hit return. Now the computer is booting off this external drive. Now, I don't know if this particular drive has any lights. It does not appear to. Sometimes these adapters have little lights to show drive activity, although this one doesn't seem to. Again, it doesn't matter. So the computer is booting up, except the image that it's booting up to is one that we've already built. And what we're going to do here, you can see that, is you'll see this. So right now what we have is a laptop directly from the factory that's been booted off this external drive and is physically plugged into both power and Ethernet, so it's on the network. In this state now, anyone from Pioneering Network can remote into this machine, and what we'll now do is clone the image that's on this drive to the internal drive of this computer. Once we do that, we'll shut it down again, we'll unplug the drive, and we'll boot it back up. Once we do that, we'll have essentially a working computer that we can then use, that the Pioneering Network can then connect to, put a profile on for users, and they can start working. So I'm making this video today on Friday, I think it's the 4th, for 3 laptops that are going to be in on Monday. So what I'd like everyone to do is to let us know when those laptops are on site, and then we'll go through this process here where we plug the drive in, we boot them up, and once they're in this state here, when they're booted off the drive, plugged in, you'll let us know at Pioneer Network. We'll remote in. We'll take care of the rest. It may take another hour or 90 minutes, but when we're finished, you'll have a working computer. And this way, you do not ever have to wait for us to come on site again to deploy computers. Just went to sleep. Don't worry, nothing bad happened. And that's the end of my video. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye.